Hi, Lisa here. Welcome to day 9 of our Head into Heart Awareness, and thank you for taking the time to join me here today. So we've been building practices over the last 9 days, little practices to kind of put into your toolkit. You know, if you were taking a journey down to the country and you were in your car, you'd have a toolkit. You'd have your spare tire, you'd have things that you need. If you're heading on a night out, again, as a woman, we all have our little toolkits, our little makeup savers and things in our bag that will help, just little kits that we put together. So this is for our mental health. What is it that you have as a toolkit? What do you have to help you when you get into a panic state or get overwhelmed with stress or anxiety? What's in your toolkit? What can you do? So, as I said, we've been building practices over the last 9 days, or 8 days. Today is the 9th day, and we're going to do one today that is to help overcome panic. So there's 2 things that we're going to look at. So one of the things we can do is look at diet. Diet is a huge part of minding our bodies and our minds. When we're looking to get into a state of balance. So when we look at diet, sugar is one of the huge things that we put into our body that does directly affect our nervous system. And it's the nervous system that we're going to be looking at today, that we need to strengthen the nervous system in order to get out of the state of anxiety or stress or pressure. When there's pressures coming at us, and really in life we can't stop what's coming at us very often. I mean, it depends on the situation, but very often what's coming at us from the outside, we don't always get to determine what it is or stop it before it gets to us. All we can do is build a strong mind and a strong body and a strong nervous system to withstand what's coming at us from the outside. So if we can look at building a really strong nervous system, then it's going to really help to activate that part in our body that will allow us to be strong. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to give you a link there to Kira. I was talking to Kira. She's from Glenville Nutrition, and she's an expert in the whole area of health, nutrition, and also fertility, nutrition for fertility. So she's very kindly done a blog which really helps to explain the relationship between food and the body and the mind. So I'll put a link to that in the comments below after. And the other thing we're going to do is do a meditation that will strengthen the nervous system. So I know for me, one of the things, I remember my first panic attack, it was when I was suffering with PTSD, and my first panic attack, it literally felt like I was going to die. And really that's, I suppose, the feeling, you know, you get overwhelmed, the fear, the big threat that feels like it's coming towards you, and you feel overwhelmed, and you just shut down, you kind of tense your belly, you tense your whole body, and you hold your breath. And there is a feeling like you're literally going to die. And the only way to change that is to change how you're breathing. So to relax the body, to breathe. In that moment, you have to let it come, you have to let it ride us through, but you can change it by breathing. So the meditation that we're going to do is actually going to help to strengthen the nervous system, and it's also going to help to balance the glandular system. So these 2 systems of the body will give you a shift in state to help maintain health for the mind and the body. It's a difficult one to do in that you're holding the breath, but it's not an advanced one. It's an easy enough one to do, but it's just relating to the breath. So what we're going to do is we're going to chant. It's practices with Kundalini Yoga, and we chant a mantra to tune in. And this mantra helps us as we chant it, we move from the part of the brain that can be over emotional, that can be reactive. So it's that animalistic part of the brain. And when we chant, we move our awareness into that frontal lobe. So that part of the brain that's more focused and stable. And we can activate that by just chanting this mantra, Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. And then we're going to do the meditation, which will only be a few minutes. And again, this is one you can do at any time to build the nervous system, to strengthen the nervous system. So we're going to take our hands. We'll bring our hands together first at the heart center. We're going to chant Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. We're going to chant it 3 times. Again, this is to help bring that awareness into that frontal lobe. So you can close your eyes, take a deep breath, and we'll chant Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Inhale deeply and exhale. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to take the hands together in front of the heart. So what you do is you place your left hand in front of the chest, and then you take your right hand and place it in front or to the back of the left hand. Your thumb tips are going to touch, and this will activate the ego. So thumb represents the ego, so it's going to neutralize the ego. And you're going to lift your elbows so they're parallel to the ground. And by lifting the elbows, you're going to activate a nerve that will lift from the shoulders up into the brain. So this is going to help to strengthen the nervous system. Now your eye gaze is a little funny. So, you know, when you take your finger and you follow it to the tip of the nose, if you can, use your finger and follow it to the base of the nose. So you're looking right at the point at the base of your nose, so in between the eyebrows. So it kind of feels a little weird, especially if you're doing it for the first time. It kind of can feel a little weird, but it's actually a really powerful tool for activating the optic nerve and the pineal and pituitary gland, which are those master glands of the body. Again, it's about balancing the hormones of the body and the systems of the body. So this is another part of this meditation. So it's like when we're doing this meditation, we're activating all these parts that are helping to strengthen the nervous system and to get us out of that state of panic. So thumb tips are touching palms of the hands together. So your left palm faces the hand, right palm is on top. Hi Rosaria, hi Amanda, thanks for joining me. So again, thumb tips touching, shoulders are relaxed. So you just drop your shoulders down towards your hips, lift your spine tall, and let your chin just slightly drop down and back. And what you're going to do is you're going to inhale deeply. You're going to hold your breath for about 10 to 15 seconds. Now that may seem way too long for you. So if that's the case, just hold it for as long as feels comfortable without gasping for breath. Then you're going to exhale and go all the way to the end of your exhale. Then you're going to hold the breath out. Make sure to squeeze the breath out. So you're just going to put pressure on the heart to that feeling that you're just strengthening the nerves, strengthening the body. So exhale all the way to the end, hold the breath out. And then breathe in again. And that's it. So you're just inhaling fully, holding the breath, exhaling fully and holding the breath. At the same time, if you can, keep your gaze at the brow point. So your gaze is turned inwards and upwards, and if you can, your eyes are slightly open. So we're going to begin. So just exhale fully to begin. Then take a deep breath in. Now hold the breath. If you have any blood pressure issues, then don't hold the breath very long, just maybe for a couple of seconds and release. And when you have to, then you exhale fully, right to the end of your exhale. Again, squeeze all of the breath out. Hold the breath out. And when you're ready, inhale. And keep going. As you're breathing, this holding of the breath is going to create pressure, and the brain and central nervous system will trigger the survival systems. So that's what you're doing with this breath. You're triggering the survival systems of the body. So you're strengthening that part of the body, that nervous system. Keep going. Inhaling. Holding for as long as you can. So we're just going for a little bit more. Keep going. You're doing great. Try to really seal the breath at either end. It's going to help deeply relax you. Last round. Again, inhale. Hold this breath. Exhale. And then gently release, just take a normal breath. Exhale. And just let your eyes close. Stay within your body. If you wish to lie down and just relax, it's suggested to rest for at least 1 minute, but up to half an hour afterwards to really let the energy, so you just tune into your body and let the energy settle in the body. What you're doing is you're strengthening the nervous system, and you're bringing the nervous system and the glandular system into balance. So by triggering the survival systems, you're triggering the body to learn new pathways to get into a state of calm. So when the body starts to trigger the panic, you, by activating these systems, are training the body how to maintain balance in that place of panic if you do feel panicked. So it's a really powerful practice. And the beauty of it is, if you do have the tendency towards panic attacks, then it's really ideal to build the practice over, if you do this every day, so just 3 minutes, it's 5 minutes max, but if you do this for 40 days, what you're going to do is interrupt the habit and begin to make a new habit. So if you have a habit of getting yourself into a state or reacting to situations, then by strengthening the nervous system and glandular system and teaching your body a new way to be, what you're going to do is, when you meet a situation where you feel panicked, your body is beginning to learn this new rhythm, this new way of being. So by practicing this every single day for at least 40 days, you're going to build a new habit for your body and mind. This is something that I did when I was coming through PTSD and suffering anxiety. I built a strong nervous system. So okay, it's not going to solve all your problems, and that will be really truly wonderful. But what it does is it gives you the mind and the heart to be able to face whatever is there with a clear mind and with an open heart, instead of always feeling in that state of panic or anxiety that you can't even think straight. I know it was one of the most frustrating parts of being depressed, is that your head just doesn't feel, you can't think straight. So these practices are so powerful to get yourself into a more balanced state, so that you can meet life in a more heart-centered way, in a more way that you're able to withstand those pressures that are coming at you, because inside you've created that strength to withstand those pressures. So I hope this has been really helpful for you. If it has, please give me a thumbs up. I see a few hearts floating and I really appreciate that. I love that. And this is in support of Aware. So if it's been helpful, it would be great to donate, if you can, to Aware, just in support of people who are suffering on a daily basis, because there are ways to really help yourself to move out of this. So I really appreciate you being here, and thank you so much, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Take care. Have a beautiful day. Sat Nam.